Good afternoon, ladies and gents, and it is time to breathe again on this breath of fresh air, Shorty. I am your host, Charles, for today, and I'm here to talk about something that I guess has been weighing on my mind a little bit, or at least in the last week or so, and it has to do with the Washington football team, Team Generic, the WTFs, as I like to call them, whatever you want to call them. But big picture for the Washington football team is this: with a win over the Philadelphia Eagles on Sunday night, I have no idea why that's the game they chose to be on Sunday night. I guess it has something to do with the result of the Cowboys and Giants, whatever the case. I don't know. That garbage. I feel like they could have picked a better game, but as it is, the Washington football team, with the win over the Philadelphia Eagles on Sunday night, will clinch the NFC East. If they don't win, then the winner of the game that I mentioned between the Dallas Cowboys and the New York Giants, the winner of that game will be the winner of the NFC East. Now, as far as the Washington football team goes, they are doing what they can to get ready for this game and try to clinch the NFC East. But they have had a pretty rough and rugged last few days, including a bad loss to the Carolina Panthers on Sunday, 20-13, and the game wasn't even that close. But this also has a lot to do with their quarterback situation. Now, as you know, Dwayne Haskins was your starting quarterback, and honestly, he wouldn't have been starting if Alex Smith wasn't injured. The Washington football team, have been playing well with Alex Smith as the quarterback. He's had some leg soreness. We all know the history he has had with the messed up leg, the bad injury he had back, I think it was in 2018 in the game against the Houston Texans, and how many surgeries he went through. I think it was something like 17 or 18 different surgeries to get that leg back operational to where he could even play football again. But he had leg soreness and he has missed the last couple of games. Dwayne Haskins was inserted into the starting lineup. Didn't play that well in a loss to the Seattle Seahawks. And then this is where all the stuff went down. So apparently he was at wherever, a strip club, hotel party, whatever. But he was seen and caught, basically, because someone had photos of this. He was seen not wearing a mask around a bunch of strippers. And now look, if you want to go to the strip club or if you want to have hotel parties, fine, cool. Uh, this is something that has been going on normally, but especially when you're in the middle of a pandemic, and most of all, you are the starting quarterback for a NFL team. So definitely what you do is going to be under a huge spotlight. And being that Dwayne Haskins was the starter for the Washington football team, who has an owner in Daniel Snyder, who is in scandals in his own right, and then you have a head coach in Ron Rivera. He's not trying to deal with this. This man just beat cancer. So you know he's not trying to deal with any of this stuff. The least of the worries he wants to have is to deal with a starting quarterback who isn't conducting himself as a starter. So then they have the meeting with him. They, I guess, punish him internally. They fine him $40,000. They take away the captain tag that I guess Dwayne Haskins had. I had no idea he was a captain. I don't even know why he would be a captain, but he was. And then I got stripped. Then here comes the game against Carolina. He's the starter because Alex Smith couldn't go, and he just didn't play well. Looked terribly unprepared, looked sluggish out there. He just didn't look good at all. And then the football team decided to, ooh, excuse me, hiccups, I'm sorry about that. But they decided to cut him. Now, this has been weighing on my mind because of this. It's one thing because, yes, he got cut by the football team, and he probably was on a short leash anyway, because I don't really think Ron Rivera had Dwayne Haskins being his starter as it was when he came in there. But Alex Smith had a leg soreness injury that kept him out. And now Dwayne Haskins, he had an opportunity to show that he has matured, that he can take on the responsibility of being a starting quarterback for an NFL franchise and be the face of it, and he horribly failed at it. So really, what this is about is the man, Dwayne Haskins, not the player. The man needs to get right. He has to understand this was an opportunity that was lost. This was an opportunity he had to show he could be the man, the guy that could lead the football team into the future, and he horribly failed at it. So now he's cut. Maybe not. I mean, I think he'll get another shot somewhere else, but it might not be as a starter. At the most, it will be at a backup position. But you have these other quarterbacks who are coming into the league who are going to get drafted come April, whether that's Trevor Lawrence, whether that's Justin Fields, Jeff Wilson at BYU. Of course, Trevor Lawrence is at Clemson, Justin Fields is at Ohio State. But all these guys are about to get drafted, and that's only going to make things a little bit tougher for Dwayne Haskins to get picked up. And he already does not have a good track record. So for the man, he has to get himself right. He has to learn from this, mature from this, and hopefully he could come out better on the other side. Maybe we could see him later on down the road on another squad, and he can take advantage of the opportunities if they come, because there's no guarantee those opportunities are going to come. Now, I had heard about Booger McFarland, who's the analyst on ESPN, talk about how this is just another sad tale for African American or black athletes of having opportunities and not knowing what to do with them. Look, I get it, and I agree with what he said, because it does seem like there are a lot of black athletes who get to a position, and once they get to that position, then they feel like everything is over. They're set. They're done. They don't have to keep working. They don't have to keep doing the things necessary to keep this momentum rolling. I do agree with Booger McFarland on that, but it's not just an African American problem. This happens with a lot of young players, whether you're white, black, Latino, Asian, Indian, whatever. This is a huge problem that happens because people, we don't know what the situations they were in when they were growing up, but they get to a position to where they think they're untouchable. And especially if you get to the level where you're the starting quarterback of an NFL team, the NFL, which is making almost $20 billion annually, I mean, you're thinking to yourself, I mean, especially, and you're in your low to mid 20s at that too. Yeah, you're thinking you're untouchable. You're thinking nothing can stop you. You feel bulletproof. And then reality sets in, and just as fast as you get there, it could be taken away. So this isn't just a African American problem. Now I know Booger McFarland wanted to kind of stress that, but it's not just an African American problem. This is a problem throughout all races. Guys get this money, guys get this big contract, they get this status, they get the fame and the fortune, and they don't know how to act. They forget all the hard work that it took for them to get there, and they feel like once they got to that level, it's over. They don't have to work anymore. So this is a lesson for anybody, even people who are older, like me. For anybody who is looking at this webcast now or this shorty, just know you, when you get opportunities like this, they're not guaranteed. They are not promised. You got up there, you put in the work, and you made it there. but you have to realize that is a privilege, not a right. You are not entitled to this opportunity, and hopefully Dwayne Haskins takes that. If he doesn't take anything else from what has happened to him, hopefully he takes that lesson away and he becomes not just a better player, but more importantly, a better man for what he is going to have to go through if he's going to get back on that status. And hopefully, if he has a comeback story, his story can be the motivation and the inspiration behind many others behind him. Well, that is it for this shorty for today. That is what I'm breathing on. Y'all make sure y'all go to the Breath of Fresh Air YouTube channel, smash that subscribe button, and keep the likes coming on the Breath of Fresh Air Facebook page. I hope all y'all had a great, safe, and happy Merry Christmas. And I don't know if I'll be back before the new year starts. So if I'm not, everybody have a happy new year. Be safe, be smart out there, and let's look forward to hopefully a better 2021 than the 2020 we had. So until then, everybody take care, and we'll see you soon.